Hi students, this is your video to take a look at the Delta Math homework from 1116 that several of you let me know you had trouble on. So let's get started. I suggest that you pause and try the problems out yourself and then look at the examples as I go through. So we're first going to start with finding slope from points. Okay, and so let's take a look at this first problem. It says, what is the slope of a line that passes through the points -1, -7, and -2, -5? Write your answer in simplest form. So -1, -7, these are my 2 points. So -1, -7, -2, -5. We're trying to find the slope. What's the slope? Well, that's the delta y over the delta x, right? The change in y over the change in x. So we're looking at x and x. How do I go from -1 to -2? -1 to -2, right? We're going down one value. So my delta x is -1. My delta y goes from -7 to -5. So if I'm at -7 on a number line and I'm go to -5, I'm getting closer to 0, right? That's 1, 2. That's going up by 2. And so that's a positive 2. Well, positive 2 over -1 is -2. And so my slope for this is -2. This is in simplest form. Let's try the next one. Again, go ahead and pause after you see this problem. Try it out, and then let me walk you through it. Okay, hopefully you tried this out. And so remember, delta y over delta x. This is my x. This is my x. How do I get from 6 to 12? Well, I add 6. How do I go from -2 to -2? I'm not going anywhere. The change in y is 0. Okay, what is 0 divided by 6? That's 0. So my slope is 0. What type of line is it if it doesn't go up or down? My change in y? It's a horizontal line. Hopefully you got that. Here's the next one. Go ahead and pause and then come back. Welcome back. My slope is the change in y over the change in x. Remember, it always goes xy, xy. So how do I go from 4 to -16? Oh, that's ugly, but this is how I think about it. If I'm on a number line, this is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This is -16. Write that correctly, Winter. Come on. So how do I get from 4 to -16? Well, I go down 4 to get to 0 and then down another 16. So down 4, down 16. My change in x is -16. Wow, that's a long ways. My change in y goes from 2 to -10. I could do that on the same number line. I'm here at 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's -10. So if I go from 2 to 0 and then down to -10, that's a total of -12. Well, this fraction is not in simplest form, and that's what we have to do. So how do I get -12 over -16 to simplest form? Well, I reduce it. I find the greatest common factor that goes into both. 4 goes into 12, 4 goes into 16. So if I divide both the top and the bottom by 4, I get -3 over -4. A negative divided by a negative is positive, so my slope is 3/4. That was a tough one. Review it. Here we go, the next problem. I have x and y. Here's x and y. They're not written next to each other, so I'm going to rewrite them. -4, -2 is going to -4, -22. All right, x, y, x, y. How do I get from 4 to -4? How do I get from -4 to -4? Do we have to move anywhere? Nope. So the change in x is 0. 2 to -22, well, that's going backwards 20, right? So that's a change in -20. What's -20 divided by 0? Don't say 0, right? It is undefined. And when we don't go left or right, our change in x doesn't move. We're going vertical. So remember, this is a vertical line. If you don't believe me, go ahead and graph it. You'd be at -4, 1, 2, 3, 4, -2. And then -4, -22 would be somewhere down here. And you have a vertical line. All right, let's move on to the next topic. The next topic in Delta Math from Monday the 16th was writing equations of lines from a graph. Again, we're going to do 4 of these, so I want you to pause between each one so that you can take a look and see. So it says, write the equation of a line fully simplified slope-intercept form. Okay, so y equals mx plus b is our slope-intercept form. What do I need in order to do this? I need my slope and I need my y-intercept. Well, the y-intercept, we look at the y-axis. Can I see it on the graph? Boom, there it is. My y-intercept is -4. How do I find slope? Well, we find 2 lattice points. Here's one, and I make my slope triangle. It looks like the delta y is -2, going down 2, and my delta x is going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my delta x is 5. Delta y over delta x, change in y over change in x is -2 over 5. I rewrite that as -2/5. And so my equation of the line is -2/5 x plus a -4 or -4. Hopefully you got that one. Let's try the next one. I want you to pause when you see the next problem and try it out. Write the equation of a line fully simplified slope-intercept form. Again, y equals mx plus b. Find my y-intercept. B is -6. Find my slope. Looks like over 1 up 2. So delta y is 2. Delta x is 1. So delta y over delta x is 2 over 1, which is simply 2. Y equals 2x minus 6. Hopefully you got that one too. You're becoming a rock star. Let's see this next. Boom. That's the exact same one. Ha! I did 2 of the same one. Here we go. Let's try this one. Bam. All right. Y equals mx plus b. Pause. Try it out yourself. Hopefully you found that y-intercept is +6. And we're 2 lattice points here and here. We're going down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Delta y, -5 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Delta x is 6. So my slope, delta y over delta x, is -5 over 6. That's a fraction -5/6. All right, keep trucking. How do we write equations of graphs from a line? Well, here we go. Make sure you're pausing before each one and trying it out. What is the equation of a line that passes through the point negative 2, 7, and has a slope of negative 2? Well, this is what we did in class yesterday. Y equals mx plus b. This is my slope. This is my point x, y. Let's plug those in. Y is 7. M is negative 2. X is also negative 2. Let's find my y-intercept. 7 equals negative 2 times negative 2 is 4. 7 equals 4 times plus some number. So I subtract 4 to each side to make sure I find it. And I get 3 is my y-intercept. So then I write the new equation. Y equals negative 2x plus my y-intercept, b. Boom. All right. The next one you're going to try on your own. So make sure you hit pause when you see it. Pause. All right, here we go. Y equals mx plus b. This is my slope. This is my x and my y. Y equals 2/3. X is 3. Plus b. Oop, I forgot I need to put my y in is negative 5. What's 2/3 times 3? Well, I go 2 times 3 is 6 over 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. I subtract 2 from both sides to get b all by itself. B is negative 7. So then my equation, y equals my slope. They gave that to us, 2/3. X plus the y-intercept, negative 7. But I don't like writing it like that, so y equals 2/3 x minus 7. That is the fully simplified form. All right, here's the next one. Oh, that's not the next one. This is the next one. Pause it, try it out yourself. Y equals mx plus b. My point x, my point xy, my slope is 1/4. So y is negative 6, slope is 1/4. I put the parentheses around these so that I remind myself that m times x is happening. Okay, so I substitute in, I get negative 6 is 1/4 of negative 8. Well, 1 times negative 8 is negative 8. Negative 8 over 4 plus b. 6 equals negative 2 plus b. How do I get a negative 2 to the other side? I add 2. Negative 6 plus 2, well, negative 6, it goes back towards 0, so it's negative 4 is my y-intercept. So y equals my slope, 1/4 x plus, oh, my y-intercept's negative 4, so I'm going to rewrite that with the subtraction, 1/4 x minus 4. Did you get that one? All right, here's the next one. File. Oh, new one. There we go. What is the equation of a line that passes through the point 7, 2 and has a slope of 1? Oh, slopes of 1. I love that. 7, 2 is my x, y. Y equals mx plus b. We need to find the y-intercept. And so pause it. Try it yourself. All right, then let's plug it in. 7 goes in for x. 2 goes in for y. 1 goes in for my slope. And I get 2 equals 1 times x, which is 7, plus b. So 2 is equal to 7 plus b. Oh, that has to be a negative number, right? Because it's so big. So 2 minus 7 is negative 5. All right, so I get my slope, my y-intercept is negative 5. So y equals my slope 1x plus a negative 5. But you're getting this picture right. We don't write plus and negative in math. And 1 times x, we just write that as x minus 5. All right, that wraps it up. If you have any more questions, you have to reach out to Mr. Winter. Try my office hours or shoot me an email.